Alright, welcome to the movie version of What If Naruto Had Mewtwo's Powers. I know the entire series was a bit scuffed. Well, the first part I think was pretty good, but after that, I've been in excruciating pain. So basically until that's fixed, things are going to be a bit scuffed, but I am going to put in the effort and work and try to keep the content going, doing my best for you people. I mean, like, if I don't do my best for you, then what's the point of even making content, you know? So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoy, and peace. Anyways, Naruto ends up, he ends up running away from the villagers once again at 4 years old, because everything remains the same up until then. When Naruto is trapped in a corner once again, and he's scared. He can't do anything. He wants to get out of there. He tries to jump the wall, and he can't. And as the villagers are finally about to grab Naruto, he jumps one last time, and he starts to fly. And he's like, "Can I fly? Is that what I'm doing right now? What? What? Oh, what? What?" He starts screaming, he's yelling because he's scared. He's up in the sky, he's just like, "Help!" And when he finally yells, "Stop!" Around like the balcony of his house, he just falls. I don't know why I'm reenacting like this entire thing in real life. I'm doing all these weird hand movements, but it's fine. Anyways, he falls and he gets a little scrape on the knee, and then right after that he's like, "Whoa, bro, that was scary but so cool. What happened?" I'm sorry, doing that made me think of what happened earlier. Oh, that was good, that was beautiful. Anyways, so after that he runs to Hokage's office in his little tiny legs. He runs up. He enters the Hokage office. He's like, old man Hokage, third Hokage. I was in the air, and I was moving through the air. I don't know what happened. I was trying to escape the villagers, and I tried to jump the wall, and suddenly I jumped up, and I just started moving around in the sky. And Hiruzen's like, huh? Calm down, Naruto. What? Naruto's like, so, what happened was, I was running away from the villagers. Hiruzen's like, okay, so good so far. And I got trapped in an alley, and Hiruzen's like, okay. And Naruto's like, and I was trying to escape by jumping the wall, and Hiruzen's like, okay. And Naruto's like, and then, at one point when they were about to grab me, I jumped, and I started floating in the sky and moving around. And Hiruzen's like, huh? Are you trying to tell me you started flying, Naruto? And Naruto's like, yeah, I was doing what like the birds do. And Hiruzen's like, huh. This is very interesting, Naruto. So, Naruto, do you think you could replicate this for me? And just so you know, as Mewtwo does, Mewtwo flies by his telekinesis. So yeah. And Naruto's like, I can try. Let me try. And Naruto stands there. He thinks real hard. And when he's right about to give up, he comes off the ground just like an inch. And Hiruzen's like, okay. He couldn't have jumped there. His knees didn't bend. Nothing happened. He just came off the ground. I don't think he can fly. Hey Naruto, can you focus on this mug right here and try to lift that up? And Naruto's just like, okay. And Naruto accidentally just flings it across the room. And Hiruzen's like, just as I thought, he can't fly like that. He's got telekinesis. But that's not even supposed to be possible. What? How does he have telekinesis? There's genjutsus, there's all kinds of things, but I've never heard of telekinesis. People having telekinesis. That's just a thing in books for kids. It's a superpower. And Hiruzen's like, this doesn't make sense. So, anyways, Naruto decides to ask the old man if he will train him. personally. Naruto's like, I don't know what this power is, and you seem pretty confused about it too. Will you train me? Or have someone very trusted do it? And so Hiruzen's like, okay, Naruto. You don't need to worry. Tomorrow I will have Kakashi begin training you, and then the day after I will be there. Me and Kakashi will begin to take turns. Every once in a while it might switch up with some random Anbu, but we'll do what we can do for you since we're all pretty busy. And Naruto's like, oh, okay. So Naruto goes home. He's like, I got telekinesis. I got telekinesis. How do you say that word again? Telekinesis. Since he's 4, obviously he doesn't really know how to say it. It's just like, anyways, let's just go home, rest, and get ready for training the next day. You know. And he said exactly that. Anyways, so Naruto decides to pull up on the training grounds next day where he sees Kakashi. Hey, yo, just give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Somebody's worried about their friend. I just had to drop a little message. Anyways, so yeah, he met up with Kakashi next day at the training grounds, and he's just like, "Are you Kakashi?" And Kakashi's like, "Yeah, that's me. The third Hokage asked me to train you, but that's what we will be doing. Obviously, I know you are a child, and so I will train you at a sensible pace, so do not worry. So what we will begin with is we'll start with rocks slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then we will slowly move on to things that move slowly but are decent size, and we'll keep going like that. Don't rush yourself. You've got time." And so Naruto's like, okay, will do. And so Naruto continues on. And he begins to lift a pebble, and then he loses control and goes flying. And so he starts to get really upset when he just looks at a squirrel, and he ends up like chasing after it because he's a kid. Obviously he can get distracted very easily, and when he accidentally falls, hurts himself, and he touches the squirrel at the same time, the squirrel turns to stone, because Mewtwo turned ash to stone in the movie, so that's what we're going by. So Naruto decides that he's going to tell Kakashi about this. He's like, I accidentally touched the squirrel, and for some reason it turned to stone. He picked up the squirrel and he passed it to Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, yeah, no, that's a very dangerous situation. I'm gonna nerf it and say it has to be physical contact. And so Kakashi's like, so what I want you to try is, he passes him his gloves and he says, put those on and go touch, and then he grabs the squirrel and he says, touch this squirrel, and he lays it down, and then Naruto touches the squirrel and nothing happens, and Naruto just starts to pay. He's like, yay, the squirrel's okay. And so Naruto's actually happy, and then Kakashi's just like, okay, so we can numb that power by gloves since he can't control it, because I believe that just suddenly awakened into him. What are with these strange powers? Lord Third told me about telekinesis. He suddenly got like Medusa head powers. What exactly is happening? Whenever I think of Medusa now, all I think is of what's his name? 6 seconds. And it was just like I'm shooting a Oompa Loompa. Wait. Your body stiff like I'm introducing Medusa to you. It's deuces to you. Don't care if you're 6'9", you get 6'9s on your face like 6'9". Anyways, get back to the video, not some dude's line in a song. So Kakashi's like, I gotta report this to the third Hokage. And so Kakashi's like, stay right here, I will be right back. And then Kakashi goes to Hokage's office. He's like, Lord Third, Naruto developed a new strange ability. And then Hiruzen's like, what? What is it? And Kakashi's like, he can turn things to stone. However, he can't control that power, and he accidentally turned a squirrel to stone earlier. So what I'm gonna have him do is wear gloves. It seemed to protect the next squirrel. So we're gonna stick with those for now. And Hiruzen's like, good thinking, Kakashi. You did good. And Kakashi's like, thank you, Lord Third. I will go back to training him tomorrow. Don't forget it's your turn, so you'll have to figure out what you want to do. And so Kakashi goes back to Naruto, and he looks at Naruto. He's like, alright, I had a conversation with Lord Third about that. He will talk to you about it tomorrow, but you have to keep those gloves on. And Naruto's like, okay. And so Naruto decides he wants to go home for the day. He's like, I did a lot of training and we just discovered a new power. Can I go home? And Kakashi's like, okay, tomorrow is going to be an extra long training session. I'm going to tell Third to do that. And Naruto's like, okay, I'm just tired. And Naruto gets home. He gets on his bed and he just dies. He falls asleep. And he doesn't wake up till like halfway through the next day. He's like, whoa. And Naruto had grown like a solid 3 inches overnight at 4 years old, which is not normal, I don't think. Actually, maybe it was, but he grew a nice bit at 4 years old overnight. And he's like, so tired. And Naruto ends up getting up. He's like, oh, I'm about to be late. And Naruto hops out of his window and he starts running towards the training ground. And he's like 5 minutes late. And Hiruzen's like, where were you? He's like, I'm sorry, I went home last night after the training session. I fell asleep and I only just woke up. And Hiruzen's like, whoa, that's a very long sleep, Naruto. Are you okay? And so Naruto is just like, yeah, I'm fine. I was just tired. And Hiruzen's like, yeah, I mean, you did just discover 2 powers. You were also training. We'll go a bit easier today, but it will be extra long. And Naruto's like, okay. And so Naruto and Hiruzen end up training Naruto's psychic abilities the same way Kakashi planned on doing it. And eventually Naruto finally got a pebble to just come to him. And he brought it to him and it just landed on his hands perfectly. And then he went up to a regular rock. And he did it again. And then he tries to go for a bigger rock, and then he just can't do it. It's too much for him. He is just learning. And yeah, so Hiruzen's like, Naruto, what would make this process go faster? Ah, I know what to do. Naruto, I will teach you a new jutsu. It is called the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Okay, Naruto? And you will use this jutsu in your training from now on. The reason I want you to use this jutsu is because the memories of what the Shadow Clone learns and everything in its body that it learns automatically goes back to you. So you will automatically learn everything that it learned. And Naruto's like, oh, so cool. And Hiruzen's like, yeah. And so Hiruzen ends up spending the next couple weeks teaching Naruto how to use the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And Hiruzen's just like, there you go, you finally made a clone. So tomorrow's training will be with Kakashi once more. I decided to take this entire week. He'll do the next week and then we'll go back to the regular schedule. But tomorrow's training will be with Kakashi. However, you will use a Shadow Clone. And you guys will work on 2 different aspects of your telekinesis. We'll just use mind powers for now since you're so young. And Naruto's like, oh, okay, sounds good. So anyways, they go their separate ways. Naruto goes home. It's like 7 p.m. He decides to get a bowl of ramen, drink something, And he goes in his bed and lies down and thinks. He's like, wow, I have such cool powers. Imagine if I could learn how to use these properly. And Naruto is just like, that would be so cool. So Naruto ends up eventually just passing out. When he gets up the next day to go to Kakashi, Kakashi is there and he's like, okay, Naruto, I heard everything from the third Hokage. Use your Shadow Clone now. And Naruto's like, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Does the hand sign. And yeah, so Naruto starts training his telekinesis with both of them in different aspects. Eventually, Naruto lets go of his Shadow Clone. And it poofs away and it comes into his mind. And then he can pick up the bigger rock. And then Kakashi's like, okay, that's a good sized rock. So now, and then Kakashi bites his finger. And then does the hand signs and does summoning jutsu. And he summons one of his bigger dogs with its puppy. And Kakashi's like, your puppy will be fine. And even if Naruto accidentally throws it, I will catch it. Please do not worry. And the big dog's like, roar, roar. And so Naruto ends up trying to pick up the dog that's like playing around, running around. And Naruto keeps like accidentally picking up pebbles and throwing them at himself and stuff. Until Naruto finally, perfect timing, catches the dog. And it's just like, oh, nice little puppy. And then Naruto just sits down and starts petting the dog. And Kakashi's like, this is not the time for this, Naruto. Put the dog down. And then Kakashi's like, okay, let me summon a different one. Summoning jutsu. And he gets, you know that talking dog that he has that goes into the forest with Shikamaru, I think? Well, yeah, with Shikamaru. And then ends up going in the forest with Kakashi, Granny Chio and stuff, that dog. Yeah, he has that summon, and he's just like, I'm gonna need you to run around until Naruto catches you. And he's like, what? And he's like, don't worry, Naruto won't be running around behind you. Naruto has to do it with his mind. Naruto has a power called telekinesis. And the dog's like, you'll owe me for this one, Kakashi. And Kakashi's like, you'll get extra treats. And he's like, bet. And so he runs around and Naruto keeps trying to grab him, but he can't until it gets just so late. So Naruto's just like, I'm going home. I'm so tired. I need to go to bed. Naruto goes to sleep. And in his sleep, he has this very vivid dream. It's like it's another world. And so Naruto is just like, whoa, what am I seeing? And then he's seeing all these cool little creatures and stuff. He's like, wow. Because what I'm making happen is, since him and Mewtwo are like just different dimensional versions of each other is what I'm making them. Naruto will be seeing certain things from Mewtwo's point of view. And he'll see some of Mewtwo's memories and he'll just see, whoa, am I being created in this dream? Oh, wow, that's so sad. Am I that mad? And then he realizes it's just probably a dream, or nah, it's just a dream, because I'll make it a realization later. He dreams that he's like, oh, that's so sad. And then he ends up just getting up and he's just like, well, I guess it's time to get up for the next day anyways. So I'm going to get ready for training. He goes, he gets his bowl of ramen. He ends up going to the training field, and Hiru's it's Kakashi. Kakashi's doing that entire week. And then Kakashi's there again. He summons his dog, summoning. And then Naruto just suddenly remembers something that happened in a dream. He's like, what if I do that exact same thing? And then he just like does it, and then he instantly grabs the dog and it's just levitating. And it's just like coming towards Naruto, and Naruto's like, I did it. Anyways, so for the next for the next 4 years, Naruto trains this power. And so he was 4, I'm pretty sure, in the last part, so he'll be 8 and he'll be beginning the academy. throughout the period of the academy, he ends up going to find Sasuke. He ends up sitting next to Sasuke. He ends up becoming friends with Sasuke. Hiruzen specifically asked Naruto to do this because Sasuke was going through it. His entire clan was murdered, and he was just having a rough time in his life. And Sasuke was brooding and being alone, and somebody needed to be there for him. So Hiruzen requested this of Naruto. And so Naruto agreed since Hiruzen was training him for 4 years. So when Naruto finally gets there, he sits next to Sasuke and they hang out, they chat. They try to get Sasuke's mind off things. And that's when Naruto's like, hey Sasuke, would you like to train with me from now on? I mean, I've been training with the third Hokage and Anbu for like the last 4 years, so I am pretty talented. So, like, would you be interested in doing it with me? And Sasuke replies, I need to become stronger. So sure, I will train with you. As long as I become more powerful, strong enough to kill my brother, Itachi. And so... sorry. Naruto agrees to do this, and they begin training, and they end up actually just training together pretty consistently for the next few years. That's until they end up graduating. The Mizuki steals the scroll like he does in canon, but Naruto actually catches him and he turns him to stone, and he gets the third Hokage. He gives him to the third Hokage, and things just become easier from there. And so Naruto and Sasuke are just chilling, you know. Sasuke actually decided to go over to Naruto's house for the night, and Naruto is having fun. He's like, all right, bet, let's do this. And so they sleep over, and the next day they get assigned to their squads. I believe Naruto's squad, my original idea was for it to be Ino, Sasuke, and Naruto, so that's what I'm just gonna go with. And the ship will be Sasuke, Ino, Naruto, Hinata, just so you guys know. Don't think I'm shipping Naruto with Ino, because I'm not. Ha ha ha. I just don't want the trash bag on the team, you know. And the other teams are basically the same, except Ino and Sakura switch. So the Ino Chikacho formation has been ruined. Anyways, so all the senseis come and get their teams except for Team 7's. Kakashi shows up like 3 hours late, and Naruto just looks at him and he's just like, why are you always late? You've been late for the last 8 years every single time we had something to do. And Kakashi's like, I'm just getting lost on the path of life. And Naruto's just like, don't hit me with that bullshit. You're just reading some books and you didn't feel like coming. And Kakashi's like, you got me, Naruto. And I guess that's what I get for being around you for 8 years. You know me a bit too well. So everybody, we're going up to the roof, and we're going to talk about our hopes and dreams. Sasuke is a bit less emo this time around, and so Sasuke just says his goal is to fight Itachi, not kill him, but to put him in prison. And things he likes, he's like training with Naruto and hanging out with him. Naruto's like, I want to become Hokage, I enjoy hanging out and training. And, you know, it's just like, I want to become the next clan leader of the Yamanakas. And I want to be the strongest at the mind transfer jutsu. And Kakashi's like, okay, these are some decent goals. These are pretty good goals, actually. Pretty entertaining. So, tomorrow you will meet me at the training grounds. And so, they're like, okay. And he's like, you will not eat anything for breakfast, and you will be there at 7 a.m. And they're like, okay. So we're gonna skip to the next day. They're all there. They wait their 2 hours for Kakashi to arrive at 9 a.m. And they have until noon to get the bells from Kakashi. Kakashi, has his guard up because he knows how strong Naruto and Sasuke are, since He'd been training them. He doesn't know anything about Ino, but she's not going to be strong enough to take over his mind. He knows that. So Naruto looks at Sasuke and he's just like, this test is going to be about teamwork, so we have to work together well. So what we will do is I will use my psychic powers to get the bells off of him. So what will happen, I'll start a taijutsu battle with him, and then I'll let him hit me away, and that's when you start your own taijutsu battle with him, Sasuke, and you will slowly come up behind him. And at the last possible second, I will come up and take the bells. Chances are he's going to substitute out of the way. However, I'll use my telekinesis to get them off of him before he can. And they're all like, okay, game plan, go. And Naruto hops out of the bushes and starts this pretty cool looking taijutsu battle with Kakashi. And they end up going toe to toe for a while. And so then he lets Kakashi kick him away, where Sasuke comes in and starts his own taijutsu battle, where slowly comes up behind Kakashi and tries to hit him, and she misses because Kakashi dodges it and keeps blocking Sasuke. And that's when Naruto comes out of nowhere and jumps and goes for the bells, but he uses his minds to get them out, but it looks like his hands are going first. But he got them off Kakashi, and Kakashi substituted, and then Naruto just looked at Kakashi's like, you lost. And Kakashi's like, what do you mean I lost? What? And so and then Naruto just holds the bells like, you couldn't keep these away from me. And Kakashi's like, how? And Naruto's like, my hand was the bait, my mind was the tool. And Kakashi's like, damn it, I should have foresaw that. Well, I guess you guys passed, and you guys did use some pretty good teamwork, so yeah. And then Naruto looks at Kakashi. He's like, do you want to come to Ichiraku Ramen with us to celebrate us being a new team? Team 7. And Kakashi's like, sure. And like in the filler episode, they don't actually see his face because they look away at the last possible nanosecond. And yeah, stuff like that. So we're gonna go to when they are all at the Hokage's office, and the third Hokage starts giving them D-rank missions. They continue doing these D-rank missions for the next, let's go, 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, they do these D-rank missions. And so eventually Naruto just looks at the Hokage. He's like, you sent me on Anbu missions and you're making me do D-rank missions. I think it's about time you give us a more difficult one. And so the third Hokage is like, okay, Naruto, I'll give you a more difficult one. And so it comes in because Lord Third's Anbu decided to bring him inside of the Hokage's office. And the reaction is, Tazuna looks at them and is just like, they're giving us such an aura of power, but they look so weak. I don't know how to feel about these people. And so Tazuna is just like, okay, so these are the people who are escorting me. And the third Hokage looks at him and is just like, yes, these are the people who will be escorting you today. And they will stay with you until you complete your bridge building, just to make sure you are safe from the bandits and the stuff. And so Team 7 agrees, and they end up setting off. And after they set off, on their way, they encounter a puddle that shouldn't be there since it hadn't rained for days. And they continue past it, but Naruto's guard is completely up when he senses 2 people jumping at them with weapons, and Naruto just uses his psychokinesis, and he just stops them in their place, okay? They just can't do anything anymore. And so he looks at them and he's like, why are you here? And they're like, we're here to kill him. And Naruto's confused and he's like, interesting. And so he turns both of them to stone and he leaves them there for eternity, really. And then he decides that Tazuna is lying. So he uses his telekinesis. Well, he basically just reads his mind. And it's just like, oh, so that is how it is. And Kakashi looks at him and is like, so what's going on? Naruto, and Naruto looks at me, he's just like, well, he didn't tell us anything, really. So basically, there's this gang leader, Gato, who's trying to stop them from building the bridge. And Kakashi's like, okay, simple enough. And then he's like, but they put one of the 7 swordsmen on the case to kill Tazuna. Obviously, I'm strong enough to take him. However, this should be around a B rank mission, if not higher. And so Kakashi's like, you should have told us this from the start. But they are kind of worried, so that's just how it is. Anyways, so they continue on and they bring him towards the land of the waves. They see this bunny, and Naruto knows exactly what's about to happen. And so what Naruto does is he's just like, I don't feel like fighting right now. I'm feeling kind of lazy. So he picks everybody up with his mind, and then he just flies them all over to the land of the waves. And so a few days later is when Tazuna is about to finish the bridge building, but Haku and Zabuza pull up. Naruto left a shadow clone with the 2 others just to make sure they were safe. A nice few bodies ended up being dropped that day. However, Naruto turned all of Zabuza and Haku to stone. He turned them to stone, and then he undid their heads, and he was like, do you guys want to go back? And they were terrified because it was nothing. They were just in nothing, and it was the most scary thing they had ever faced. And Naruto looked at them, and they were just like, we give up. And Naruto looks at them, and he's just like, you 2 will be my new henchmen. And so Naruto decides that they're going to be his new henchmen, and he's going to ask the 3rd Hokage. And so after Tazuna finishes the bridge, everything happens. They head back to the Hidden Leaf village. And in the Hidden Leaf is when they finally meet up with the 3rd Hokage, and Haku and Zabuza are there too. And Naruto looks at the 3rd Hokage, and he's like, these 2 will be my subordinates. And so the 3rd Hokage is like, are you sure about this, Naruto? Because if they commit any crimes, you will be facing the punishment the same as them. Naruto's like, they're under my command, and they will not do it, I promise. I know they will not. They're too scared to after I did what I did. And Hiruzen's like, just what did this Naruto do to them? And so, anyways, Hiruzen agrees to let them be with Naruto. And so Naruto ends up going back to his house with them too, and they sit down and they just chat for a while. And Naruto explains that he's either thinking about becoming Hokage, and if they do not choose him as the Hokage, he will go create his own village and become the Kage of there. All he was ever wanted is to be accepted, and that's all he ever will want. And then he actually decides to tell them about this strange dream he's been having. And so it was about so the dream really is just Mewtwo's creation. And how everything is sad, how Mewtwo goes wild, all this stuff. And they're like, what? How do you have so much detail about something that's not even real? Naruto's like, I don't know, but I want to know. What's happening is Mewtwo's consciousness from a different universe is entering Naruto, and that's why he has the powers he has. And he's starting to remember some of Mewtwo's memories. And so Naruto actually decides that he wants to get to the bottom of it. And so he ends up training his psychic powers to the point where eventually his mind actually connects with Mewtwo from a parallel universe. And Naruto's just like, wait, you're real? And Mewtwo's like, human, what? Are you in my mind? Naruto's like, I've been having dreams about you. And so Mewtwo is also highly confused, and so is Naruto. And but then the universes are not doing well. The dimensions are starting to become unstable, so they stop. And so they end up stop talking, but they both are just sitting in their respective universe thinking, what is this? And I think that's where all is confused, like we ended off at the last part. And so Naruto decides he's going to figure out what is going on and how he's communicating with the beast from another dimension. And so he's sitting there and he's very confused, and he's just like, I'll have to learn more about this. So then Naruto decides his goal is to figure out more about that, as well as get through the Chunin exams. Now that I think about it, this part is probably going to be a bit short, because I'm just doing it to the Chunin exams, and I got a few other parts I got to make of different what ifs, because I'm basically setting up a bunch of what ifs, because soon enough I might not be able to speak for a day or two. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to get these done. But anyways, Naruto decides he's gonna just focus on Chunin exams for now, and that he'll think about what's going on a bit later. So Naruto, Sasuke, and I believe I still have Sakura on their team. No, do I? No, it's Ino, isn't it? Naruto, Sasuke, and Ino. Well, I'll remember in a bit. Anyways, Team 7 are getting ready for a Chunin exam, so they're both training with Naruto, who has insane psychokinetic powers. And so they're struggling very badly to get Naruto, and they're pretty much struggling in vain, to be honest, at this point. And so they kind of start feeling demotivated. And so Naruto's just like, look, I am just overly strong. If we're being honest, I'm probably stronger than most of the Anbu that we have in this village. So don't take it too personally. You're just going up against effectively a Hokage strength shinobi. And for what you guys are doing, you guys aren't doing too bad against that kind of level. And so Naruto decides that day, though, we'll take a break and I'll go get some food and just talk. And so after that, they head home, and this is where I'll skip to where they begin the Chunin exams. The test goes the same as before, and then Naruto catches Inko before she breaks the window, and he literally brings her to the front door with his mind. It's just like, enter through there. And Inko's just like, wow, what students do we have this year? That was nice. And so Naruto decides that he's probably going to be the main target of Inko for now. And so Inko's like, come on, we're going to the Forest of Death for part 2 of your training. And so Naruto is just like, hey, yo, a Forest of Death sounds cool, mad fun. And so Naruto, Sasuke, and whoever else I put on Team 7 all head to the Forest of Death. Naruto goes to take a leak after it starts. They get attacked. Naruto pulls up to Orochimaru. It's just like, hey, yo, what the fuck do you think you're doing to my team? And he stares Orochimaru dead in the eyes and turns him to stone slowly but surely. And so Naruto turns Orochimaru to stone. And then he takes the scroll from Orochimaru. And then he actually is like, oh, this isn't a student. It's a legendary Sani, because he started reading Orochimaru's mind. And so Naruto actually decides to tell them to go on ahead without him for a minute. And he brought the statue back to Inko and undid the head so she could just see what it was. And it was Orochimaru. And then he repetrified it. And then Inko's like, you did what? You stopped a legendary Sannin by yourself? How? And Naruto just kind of looks at her. He's just like, because I felt like it. And so Naruto decides that he's going to go back and try to complete the test. So they both end up at the end Gaara's there, blah blah blah. And so this is where I decided that some certain things are gonna happen during this 1 month, I think, time skip. So during this 1 month before, when Naruto meets Jiraiya, he meets the Ninetales. Jiraiya like throws him down in a hole. Naruto doesn't try to fly, and he meets the Ninetales. He learns the summoning jutsu, and Naruto decides he's gonna go into his mind and look at the Ninetales. And that's how he tames them. He turns the Ninetales to stone. Blah blah blah. I don't know if I did that in the last part, but it's happening again. Then Naruto goes to Chunin exams. Naruto versus Neji is a very quick fight. Naruto just throws him at the wall. Neji is knocked out. Sasuke versus Gaara, the same situation happened. I'm really just skimming through this, aren't I? Well, I feel kind of bad now. I'm just not thinking straight. I haven't been sleeping well lately because I've been in too much pain. Naruto decides the way to go is to, why can't I think? Naruto, saves the third Hokage from, Obito, because what happened is Orochimaru's plan failed, and Obito knew about Orochimaru's plan. Orochimaru didn't know that he knew, but Obito was banking on this plan to disrupt the Leaf Village so Obito could begin making his moves. So Obito chooses to go after the third Hokage to throw the entire village off balance. When he does this, Naruto actually stops Obito in his tracks. It sends him flying, because he's like, I don't think I'll be able to petrify this guy. So, for now, I'll throw him. So Naruto actually yeets Obito, and he does it with such a force of his mind that Obito literally goes flying to the land of the Mist Village. I don't know what land that is in, to be honest. And Naruto's like, alright, I saved the old man. Time to go save Sasuke. And so Naruto goes to the One-Tails. He reads Gaara's mind. He sees that the One-Tailed is a tailed beast, much like Kurama. He goes into the tailed beast area, like Mindscape. And he meets the One-Tails. He's like, you will stop this right now, or I will be forced to kill you. And the One-Tails is like, like you could. And then Kurama's like, right, this dude gave me a run for my money, alright? You ain't doing shit, One-Tails Shukaku. And the One-Tails is like, what, Kurama, you were bested by this guy? And Kurama's like, yeah, I was. Bro absolutely destroyed me. Turned me to stone. It's not something you want to feel. I'm telling you that right now. And the sweat started coming down Shukaku's face, and he's just like, oh, well, I guess, okay. And then he ends up giving Gaara his body back, and Gaara hasn't had to worry about falling asleep since. Gaara chooses to, 1 second. Gaara chooses to trust Naruto for the time being, and so Naruto actually helps Gaara tame the One-Tails so he can use the power for himself. And so Gaara, Naruto, they become friends. The Chunin exams didn't actually finish, but Naruto, Shikamaru, and Sasuke were all promoted to Jonin. They even skipped Chunin because what they did was so talented. And the reason Shikamaru was skipped to Jonin instead of Chunin is because Shikamaru showed the fact that he could have beat Temari in the first 5 seconds of their battle, but he was holding back, and so he just used his intellect and lessened the strength of his jutsus for it. Damn, I'm kind of going through this part. I'm so sorry, guys. Pain is really rough. But I do think this is probably where I'm gonna end to a realization. He doesn't want to be Hokage anymore. The truth is, Naruto now wants to become the leader of a whole new village that he wishes to create. A paradise, if you will. And so Naruto, he goes to the third Hokage, who's still alive because the Chunin exams. He's like, when I become 20 years old, I will be leaving the village. And the third Hokage is like, what do you mean by that? And Naruto looks at him, it's just like, this village has been my home for a long time. However, I've never once felt welcomed. Even now, after I've saved the village, the people still look at me with scorn in their eyes. They don't actually like me, and I don't want to be around a village who doesn't care. And so the third Hokage is like, I understand and all, but like... And then Naruto looks at me and he yells, do you understand though? And so the third Hokage responds, look, Naruto, I don't genuinely understand how you feel or what you've been through, but all I know is that you belong to this village at this point. Of course, they're not going to love you because you have the nine-tailed fox within you. However, if you give them more reasons to, how can they deny you when you keep saving the village over and over again? You saved it from Orochimaru's overtaking, since you stopped Orochimaru. You saved me from Obito, and you really think they're going to continue to hate you even if you keep saving the village over and over again? And Naruto looks at Hiruzen and it's just like... Naruto's just like, look, why should I ever help people who did the opposite of trying to help me? They tried to hurt me. Why would I ever do my best to help them out? Can you explain to me the logic within this statement, Lord Hokage? Hokage is like, and Naruto's like, exactly. So, I will be creating this village when I am 20. If my mind changes, it changes, but it's probably not going to. Not with the way these villagers have treated me my entire life. And Hiruzen, he kind of just has to give up. He's just like, okay, Naruto, we'll talk about this another time. Naruto's like, Anyways, and when Naruto gets home, he goes to bed and stuff. And in his sleep, he feels like his body, like, kind of going places. It's weird to explain. You know, it's his physical body is actually creating a portal with his psychic powers with Mewtwo's. I know this kind of came out of nowhere, but you also said you all want to see Interdimensional, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm not sure how to put it in, so this is how I'm doing it. Anyways. So, Naruto, he starts to accidentally create a portal in his sleep. His psychic powers are linking with Mewtwo's, and the psychic bonds are getting way too strong. It's creating a hole in the universe. And as Naruto's about to fall through, Mewtwo senses this, and he flies up, and he flies into Naruto, bringing him back down. Yes, I'm bringing Mewtwo into the Hidden Leaf Village. I don't want to hear no judgment, is how it's gonna go. And Naruto wakes up, and he's just like, what's happening? That's when Mewtwo looks at him and enters his mind, and is like, young one, this is interesting what is happening. It looks like I've been transported dimensions. I'm in your world now. Eventually, chances are I will be dragged back to mine due to the universe trying to fix itself, but until then, there's nothing I can really do since I'm now here. The only way I even got here is our mental links were so powerful. So you're gonna have to deal with me and protect me, Naruto. Uzumaki. Naruto's like, okay. I'll do this, Mewtwo. However, you have to train me on these abilities. Since you have them too, I assume. Petrification, psychic powers, flying, stuff like that. I want you to train me on everything and make me much, much much, much stronger. And Mewtwo agrees to this. He's like, I got nothing better to do. And so the next day, Naruto actually walks over to the Hokage's office, and Mewtwo flies like so high that the villagers can't see him, and he comes down. Naruto walks in the door with Mewtwo. And Naruto's like, a strange situation has occurred, Lord Hokage. And Lord Hokage is looking at Mewtwo. He's like, what is this thing? And Mewtwo's like, I'm not a thing, I'm a Pokemon. And Lord Hokage is like, what? That don't even make no fucking sense. And Mewtwo enters the Hokage's mind, and it's just like, I'm from a different dimension, you see. In this universe, my counterpart would be Naruto. That's why we have the exact same abilities. Except I'm more efficient with mine, because he hasn't had as long to train with him as I have. However, I'm going to need to survive in this universe until the universe drags me back to my own. And Hokage is like, what the hell is going on? And Mewtwo looks at him, he's just like, I just explained it to you. I'm not from this world. Protect me, please, until I'm in a new one. I'm back home. And Hokage is just like, I'll have to keep you under Anbu's supervision. And Mewtwo's like, that's okay. All I'm gonna be doing is training Naruto to get stronger. Hokage is like, what? And then Naruto says, I asked Mewtwo to train me since he knows how to use these abilities better than I do. Damn, I gotta stop moving around my mic. Damn it. My bad. Anyways, so Hokage is just like, fine, whatever. Just don't create too much of a ruckus. And so Naruto starts going all out at Mewtwo, and Mewtwo's not going even close to all out at Naruto. He's just like, you need to work on this. You're still a bit weak. You gotta work on this, that, this, and that. And Naruto's like, oh my god, so much to work on. Anyways, so for the next like year and a half, Naruto and Mewtwo are training. And Naruto looks at Mewtwo, he's like, I heard from Jiraiya that there's this group called the Akatsuki that are going after Jinchuriki. I think we should go take care of them before they start causing mayhem. And Mewtwo's like, bet. And so Naruto starts flying, and so does Mewtwo. They go to the Hokage's office, they look at the third Hokage, he's like, as the last mission before you retire, old man, I'm going to go take care of the Akatsuki. I expect the next Hokage to be Jiraiya too. And so Naruto and Mewtwo go on this mission, and as they're hunting the Akatsuki, they find them about to kill the Jinchuriki of Matatabi, the Two Tails. And then they stop them in their tracks. They bring them through them with their psychic powers and turn them both to stone, and they're just like, you're okay now. And then Naruto walks up to the Jinchuriki. It's just like, in a few years I'm going to create my own village. It's for people like us, Jinchurikis. I have the Nine Tails within me. Anyways, us Jinchurikis will have a place where we can finally belong without being shunned, scorned, scoffed at. Somewhere where we all can live in peace. And Two Tails like, okay. And Naruto said, I'll come for you when that time occurs. And that'll be your payment for me saving your life, being a part of my village. And she was like, that's not too difficult, bet. And so they head out, they continue going after all the Akatsukis. None of them even put up a fight at all until they finally come toe to toe with Obito. And bang! I don't know why I did that shit. Anyways, Obito and Pain are actually putting up a decent fight when Naruto and Mewtwo just kind of knocked them both out, honestly. So what happens to Obito is Mewtwo slams him into the ground, his entire body at full force, creating literally just kind of a hole in the ground. And Obito gets knocked out and Mewtwo brings him back up, and he's just like, this will be a good person to put in prison. And then Mewtwo looks at him, he's like, I'll put a mental lock on his ability to use chakra. and such, so he will not have the ability for the time being. And then Naruto reads Nagato's mind, and he's just like, it all makes sense now. And so Naruto sitting there, he stops fighting, he sits there, he meditates, he enters Nagato's mind, and he offers Nagato a chance to enter his village with Konan before it is too late for him. And due to this opportunity, Nagato's like, and if I don't, Naruto says, if you don't, I will kill you. Nagato feels a shiver go down his spine. He's like, oh, and he really means it. With his powers, he probably could, if we're being honest. And Naruto's like, I could. And so Nagato agrees, since he doesn't really have a choice. So Naruto ends up heading back to the village after taking care of the Akatsuki, where he finds out that right before he did, Obito had Nagato bring back Madara with the Rinne Rebirth Jutsu. And they're just like, oh no. When they get back to the village, Madara is going on a rampage. And that's when Naruto is just like, it's her time. And Mewtwo is just like, yeah, let's do this. And as they're about to go fight him, Mewtwo is suddenly getting sucked back into the void. And Naruto's like, this is not the time. Mewtwo's like, I know. I don't know what to do. Naruto, I believe in you. And then he's sucked back into his own universe, and Mewtwo's just like, good luck, Naruto Uzumaki. I'm finally made a friend and a human. Maybe you all aren't that bad in this world either. And that's when he actually does end up fighting Ash and them, and then turning Ash to stone, blah blah blah. And so we go back to Naruto's perspective, and Naruto's just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I have to take care of this. And Naruto creates shadow clones, and he goes into, and each one goes into a Kyuubi state mode, and they're going after all the Susanos. And he finally finds the real Madara. He breaks the Susanoo. Like, that's how strong Naruto's gotten. And he doesn't break it. He pulls Madara out of it, and then Naruto goes Sage mode. And after he pulls Madara out of it, he pulls Madara to him, and Madara's about to stab Naruto, and he does stab Naruto straight through the stomach. And Naruto opens Madara's eyes, and Madara's like, you're using this on someone with the Rinnegan. And Naruto went, and you're doing it on someone with the eyes of Medusa. And as he says this, slowly but surely, Madara is slowly being turned into stone. Until the point where Madara is just like, damn you. And then he's just stone. And in return, Naruto flies over to the Valley of the End with the statue of Madara. And he lets it fall all the way to the bottom where it shatters. And that's how Madara is defeated. I did try to do something interdimensional, and I think that's where the story is going to end. Because a few years later, he makes his village. People will come. The Kage acknowledges, since he saved the Shinobi worlds by defeating Madara and the Akatsuki. Blah blah blah. And so this, alright, welcome to the end of the movie version of What If Naruto Had Mewtwo's Powers. I know, like, the last two parts, like, towards the end, like, the last, let's say, 20 minutes were a bit scuffed. I was in a nice bit of pain while recording them. And to be honest, with the very last part, I did try to make it longer, to be honest. I was really trying. But honestly, with the Mewtwo being there, things got OP, so things just kind of flew by. I did my best for you guys, and I hope you guys do appreciate me putting in the work and trying. But honestly, if you guys didn't really like it, I can't really blame you. I kind of fell off after the first part. But yeah. Anyways, I love you all. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!